A veteran with a 50% disability rating can end up wealthier than a veteran with 100%. And not just slightly wealthier, but hundreds of thousands of dollars wealthier with a bigger retirement income, a bigger death benefit, and a bigger legacy for their family. Now that sounds wrong, I know it does. The veteran with 100% is getting $39.38 a month, and the veteran with 50% is getting $11.32. So that's a $2,800 per month difference. So how could the lower rated veteran possibly come out ahead? Well, one word: time. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the math works, step by step, so there's no ambiguity. So if you've got, let's say, a 50% rating, and you've ever felt like your comp isn't enough to build real wealth, well, this video is going to change how you see every dollar hitting your account. And if you've got 100% and you think you're set, well, you might want to keep watching too, because the rating doesn't build the wealth, the decision does. So I'm Dan Farnsworth, retired naval officer, 23 years of service, and founder of Victory X Financial. Let's get into it. So let me introduce you to two veterans, okay? I'm gonna follow them both from the day they start to the day they retire, okay? So same strategy, same structure, same type of plans. The only things that are different are their rating, their age, and when they made the decision. So let's start with veteran A, 50% rating. He's 28 years old, just separated from the Army, got his rating, started a civilian job making $55,000, okay? His VA comp is $11.32 a month, so about $13,584 a year, and that's tax-free. Now he's young, okay? He doesn't make a ton of money, right? He doesn't have much savings, but he watched a video like this one, and he made a decision in the first 90 days. So he redirected $550 a month, so about half of his VA comp, into a tax-protected growth structure. Now his lifestyle didn't change, right? He was living on the civilian salary before the rating came through, so the $550 that he kept covers a few extras, and the $550 he redirected went to work. All right, so now veteran B, 100% P&T, age 48. He's retired E8, 22 years of service. Finally got his 100% rating after years of claims, years of appeals. Okay, so his VA comp is $39.38 a month, so about $47,200 a year, tax-free. So he's earning significantly more in VA comp alone than veteran A earns in total. Now, he waited a couple of years after getting his rating, right? Life was busy, he was getting settled into retirement, and at 50, he decided to redirect $1,500 a month, so more than double what veteran A was putting in. Now, on paper, veteran B should crush veteran A. You got higher income, higher contribution, higher rating. But let's see what actually happens. So here we go. Veteran A, 28 years old, $550 a month, redirecting from age 28 to age 65. So that's 37 years of contributions. So his total out-of-pocket cost is $244,200. And now here's where time does its work. So at age 65, veteran A's projected tax-free cash value is approximately $1.1 million. And his projected tax-free death benefit is approximately $1.4 million. So at that age, he stops contributing, right? And he starts drawing tax-free income, approximately $103,000 per year, tax-free, on top of Social Security, on top of his VA comp, and on top of any pension or retirement savings from his civilian career. And if he draws that income for, let's say, 20 years to age 85, right, he pulls approximately $2.1 million in tax-free income. And when he passes, his family receives over $835,000, also tax-free. So his total lifetime tax-free impact is almost $2.9 million from a 50% rating and $550 a month. All right, hold that number. Now let's look at veteran B. So veteran B, 50 years old. Remember we said $1,500 a month, so nearly triple veteran A's contribution, and he's redirecting from age 50 to age 65. So that's 15 years of contributions. So his total out of pocket is $270,000. He actually put in more money than veteran A, $270 versus $244. Now at age 65, veteran B's projected tax-free cash value is approximately $440,000. His projected death benefit is approximately $670,000, and he starts drawing tax-free income at approximately $42,000 per year. So over 20 years to age 85, he pulls roughly $840,000 in tax-free income, and when he passes, his family receives approximately $315,000, also tax-free. So his total lifetime tax-free impact is approximately $1.15 million. All right, now let's put them next to each other. So veteran A, 50% rating, total lifetime tax-free impact over $2.9 million. So veteran B, 100% P&T, total lifetime tax-free impact approximately $1.15 million. Veteran A contributed less money, $244,200 versus $270,000. Veteran A had a lower rating, 50% versus 100. Veteran A earned less per month, $1,132 versus $3,938. And veteran A ended up with nearly triple the tax-free lifetime wealth. Not because he was smarter, not because he had a better plan, and not just because he got lucky, because he started 22 years earlier. Those 22 years of compounding are worth more than the extra $2,700 per month difference in VA comp. More than the higher death benefit that comes with a bigger policy, and more than the larger contribution. Time beat the money decisively. And here's the part that should really hit home. Okay, veteran B could have contributed $2,500 a month, so nearly 5 times what veteran A put in, and he still wouldn't catch up. Because 15 years of compounding at $2,500 a month does not beat 37 years of compounding at $550, okay? The math just doesn't allow it. That's not an opinion, that's mathematical, okay? I see this misconception constantly. Veterans with higher ratings just assume that they have more time, okay? They think, well, I've got $3,900 a month, I can start whenever I want, the money's always gonna be there. Okay, and they're right about that. The money will always be there, but the compounding window will not. And meanwhile, the veteran with the 30, the 40, the 50% rating often dismisses their own comp as just not enough to matter. They see the $1,100 hitting their account every month and they think, well, what can I really build with this? And the answer, if you start early enough, is more than the guy getting $3,900 who waits. Okay, this is the single most important concept in financial planning, and it's the one that nobody wants to hear, because it means that the best time to start was years ago, right? And the second best time is right now. Not next year, not when you get your rating increase, not when the kids finish school, but right now. Okay, every month you wait, the gap between what you could build and what you will build gets wider. No future raise, no rating increase, and no lump sum can close that gap. Your rating determines your income, but your decision determines your wealth. And those are two different things. Now look, I don't want anyone watching this video to walk away discouraged, okay? That's not the point. If you've got a lower rating and you're in your 20s or 30s, this video should fire you up, because you have the most valuable asset in financial planning, and that is time. Okay, don't waste it waiting for a higher rating or a bigger paycheck. Start with what you have. $400 a month, $550, whatever you can redirect. The compounding will do the heavy lifting if you give it the runway. Okay, now if you've got a higher rating and you're in, let's say, your 40s or 50s, your plan still works, okay? It's still powerful. Veteran B in this example built over $1 million in tax-free lifetime value starting at 50 with nothing saved. Look, I would say most Americans would take that outcome in a heartbeat. The numbers are different, the timelines are different, but the strategy is the same, and it works at every age and every rating. The lesson isn't low rating beats high rating, okay? The lesson is early decision beats late decision. And whatever your situation is right now, okay, whatever age, whatever rating, whatever you've saved or you haven't saved, okay, right now is the earliest that you'll ever be again. So here's your next step. Just click the link below the video, book a free strategy session with me, right? There's no cost, there's no obligation. And on that call, I'm gonna build your version of this math, right? Not veteran A's numbers, not veteran B's numbers, but your numbers. your rating, your age, your income, your timeline. And I'll show you exactly what your VA comp is worth over your lifetime if you just keep spending it. And then I'll show you what it becomes when you redirect a portion of it into a tax-free growth structure. And then I'll show you what every year of delay costs you in actual dollars. And most of the time, that last number, the cost of waiting, is the one that changes behavior. Because once you see what a single year of hesitation costs in compounding, you don't hesitate anymore. You don't need a 100% rating to build serious wealth. Okay, you don't need high income, you don't need a financial background, you need a decision and enough time for it to compound. And if you have both of those right now, don't waste it. So click below, pick a time, let's look at your numbers. So I'm Dan Farnsworth, Victory X Financial. Stay sharp, stay ready.